with my sons. Hello, Fonz.
Hi, you all right?
Yeah, I'm doing
We got
good.
there eventually.
We did.
We got there eventually when I realised that I had no sound for 10 minutes, then realised the reason why I had no sound for 10 minutes because I hadn't plugged my headphones in.
Indeed, doesn't help. Got there with seconds to spare. Right, okay. Now, it won't surprise any of our regular listeners that we don't have an agenda today.
Viewers.
Listeners, well, viewers. Sorry, I'm just getting in the radio mode there.
It should be me saying that.
I might have a second go. Yeah, now, there is a show starting at 2:30 today.
Yeah.
That's 9:30, and that's the be.live birthday day 2. So
you involved with that?
Not today, no. I did 2 shows yesterday with yourself. That was good.
Yeah.
That was fun because we got to go with Marco from Portugal and Joe from Ireland.
Yeah, but the other guys that are on there, I've not had a conversation with them before, so it's good to meet new people in that way.
Totally. I mean, that's one of the great things that happens. That every time we go live, somebody new watches. And if you are watching live, please say hello, and we'll feature your comment on the screen and
hello.
Start a conversation. Well, that's it. I mean, we've sent the message out to everybody, which goes out at 10 to the hour, 11 minutes to the hour.
You're much better at doing that than me. I like 5 minutes to the show.
Yeah.
But I am busy though beforehand, so that's my excuse.
Well, either on the be.live day 2, and say hello to Ed. Ed, nice to see you. Good for you to join us. And as I say, be.live go live in 30 minutes. And we'll say hello to Kelly. So most of the gang are here. Yeah. That's good.
They remember they got it in their diary, ain't they? On those calendars on the wall, 2 p.m. on the Tuesday.
Well, that's good.
Tune in.
Right. Okay. So where do we go from here? We don't live here.
We don't live here. They talk about stuff that isn't connected to anywhere.
We could start.
I have got some pictures I could go through if I could find them.
Oh, yeah, sure.
If you drop me down for a second, I'll find some pictures.
Okay. So whilst I drop Fonz down for a second, say hello to Dave. Dave, nice to see you from Birmingham, Alabama. Not Birmingham, Midlands, UK. Nice to see you again. And this is I Live Here. Fonz is currently looking for some photographs he can share with us. And I'm looking forward to that too. Today is day 2 of the be.live 3rd birthday. Amazingly, this system has been around for 3 years, and there are going to be some announcements in 30 minutes time, which will make your day. So we don't want you to miss them, and we don't want to miss them either. So we'll see what happens at 2:30. If you all disappear at 2:30, we'll know where you've gone. Right, now the idea behind I Live Here is that we take you places. And right, I've got a thumbs up. So today, Fonz is going to take you on a journey. So this is where Fonz comes back on screen. And
yeah, I'll just share my screen now with you.
Okay.
And I'll transfer to those pictures. Tell me when they're up, and then I'll go through them.
Right, I'm bringing the pictures up on.
Am I in the corner again?
You will be in a second. I just need to. I've got an echo, but that'll disappear when you start. So my camera off, and it's over to you.
Yeah, but this is 2013 in Cambridge. It's good to see that the picture house there in Cambridge has got free Wi-Fi, and they're up to date with the film showing the Dalek invasion of Earth 2150 AD with Peter Cushing. No, I'm only joking. That was a special thing to do with its anniversary. I think that they re-showed it. This picture's gone a bit blurry. Not a great picture. That's looking at Emmanuel College there, and that college was actually featured in Doctor Who story Shada, which was made in 1979, but was never broadcast because the studio productions weren't completed. This is looking down Downing Street. Not that Downing Street, of course. This is Maid's Causeway on the corner. There's a sign for the Town and Country show. If you're able to go back to 2013, you can attend it on the 8th and 9th of June. That's Midsummer Common. Sorry, say that again.
You can time travel.
Yeah, if you can time travel, it's available. So if this is for people in the future, do check that out. And if you see me there, say hi. But back to the present, well, the past 2013 pictures is Midsummer Common. This is Fair Street. This is also Fair Street. That's Willow Walk. Look at these old lamps now. Toxo would love that. Wow. Jay, who does Jay's Shed, he would love that.
Truly.
This is no longer here. This Baker's. Remember that building I was showing last week that got knocked down? Yeah. And then we're rebuilding it. That's what was there beforehand. So that was and of course you can see Forbidden Planet's not there. It's Hughes TV and rental place. And this is a neighbourhood watch sign. I don't know why I took it, but I did.
Could you explain neighbourhood watch?
What it is basically it's like people policing their area to make sure it's safe for everybody and making sure that everybody is okay, keeping an eye on each other and looking out for each other. I think that's the best way to describe it. This is in Histon. This is when they were doing work on the St. St. Andrews Centre. There. This was 2000. Well, I said 2013, so that's long gone. This is at a bus stop. This was also at a bus stop. This was the bus stop. There's more work on it. There's loads more stuff at the side of the bus stop. Daisy Chain. They're in Histon. Histon Dental Place. The Butchers in Histon. There's a lot of few in Histon. There's the old Butchers in Histon. This is New Square, which is just off Fitzroy Street in Cambridge. This is Jesus Terrace. This is Parkside. Cambridge Fire Station. Is that your phone or mine?
Sorry, that's mine.
That's all right. No, I just thought it was mine. Yeah, this is Mill Road. Looking down there. Of course, the bit there. Mill Road. Jaffanet Cat. I think that's gone now. I'm not sure that's there. I'm not 100% sure. Bike Shed's still there. The Salvation Army's no longer here. They've moved to another location. Tennyson Road, I think. But this beforehand, this building here was Fine Fair Foods. As you can see, it's got that supermarket shape. And before that was the first picture house in Cambridge. There's some buildings there. Cam Cycles. It's a bit of a blurry picture. This has been all redone because here used to be a record shop called Hot Numbers, which was run by a guy called Max Reese. And the original artist who did it is recently, in the last couple of years, redone it. And if you want to rent a van for £15 a day, go to these people. Another blur, I don't know what was on that day. Mill Road Bridge. Now this is completely changed. This has this logo where it says the bridge. Somebody's they've redone it and got somebody to spray like graffiti kind of style on there. This is a bit further up. That's all gone. I think that's all empty now. But this area out here has changed. They've got like seats out here now and grassy patch. There's a Romsey Mill charity shop. This is looking down Mill Road, and of course there on the corner is Cambridge Resale, and that's no longer got there now. There it is, a bigger picture of it. Cambridge Resale. That's one of the iconic companies in Cambridge, run by the Carter family. It's now gone. I think it's a tattoo parlour now. And wash and dry your duvet here. So if you know. And the old chemist shop, antique shop. Martin's & Co. Charity shop, that's all gone. This has all been redone. Same place, I think, but it's been redone. This is now, I think, like I said before, is a charity shop and a cafe come vinyl shop. That's still there. That's still there, from far as I'm aware. That advert for Coca-Cola Zero isn't. And it seems really strange why. I think I took this photo because that bloke was just standing in the road. If I remember right, I'm finding it a bit weird that he was, unless his name was Dave. I don't know. Kebab shop. And this is now a pub again, which I'll remember its name in a moment. Cambridge Discount, Mill Road sign. And this is now a mosque, all this area. There we go, look, some old bits of Cambridge. This is Parker's Piece, named after Edward Parker, 1613. The new Cambridge fire station where new is. Reality checkpoint, that's a bit. And then reality checkpoint. And this is what reality checkpoint is, these lights in the middle, because there's different stories. Basically, when it was foggy and you couldn't find your way, if you found your way to these lamps, then you knew where you were, which gives you a sense of reality. Others are related to drink, town and ground, but it's many different stories. University Arms Hotel, the fountain's now gone. I think Charlie Chan has as well, and Odd Bins. They're no longer there. The Regal, this was the cinema. Now this is now, of course, a Wetherspoons, but this is the cinema where groups like the Rolling Stones and the Beatles both played. That's a sideways phone box. This is looking down St Andrew Street, more St Andrew Street. This is a bus stop. This is the top of Fitzroy Street. I don't know what I was doing this day, but my photos are atrocious. Some bikes in Cambridge. Mr. Shoes has gone. Evolution's gone. But they're all changed now. So these, this is recording a bit of history, because they're not there now. And a lot of people would never know they were there if it weren't for this photo. Hawkins Bazaar, that's gone. I think now, if I'm right, that's now one of those gaming shops. This is New Square. There used to be a car park there. This is looking from New Square. This is Christ's Pieces. This is Christ's Pieces. This is Drummond Street bus station that was put there in 1925. An interesting story, but it used to have a hut in the middle and the buses used to go around, and there used to be a guy who would look after your shopping and that. But an interesting story connected to this, that actually they took some of Christ's pieces to build a Drummond Street bus station, and the public wasn't really given a choice in it. And actually, what do you call it? They all got together and basically stormed the mayor's house in Newmarket Road, and carts and all that, complaining. Protests, that's the word I was thinking of. I hate it when your mind goes blank. And this is more Drummond Street bus station. This is looking down from Drummond Street bus station. There it is there. And then this building here used to be Bradwell's Court. There's where you can get a map if you want to know where you're going in Cambridge. That's where you get your tickets. This is Foxton. I don't know what I've got here. This is all Foxton. So, which is a village just outside Cambridge. Back to Cambridge again. This is coming down Christ's Lane, where Bradwell's Court used to be. The entrance used to be a bit further up here. So there, where HSBC used to be a Wimpy's, and then a Burger King. The Boot, Histon, Young Street, Belmont Street. This is where I've got a new camera, as you can tell the picture. That's probably why they're a bit early. I had a very old camera, so I was given one brought as a present because of my interest in photography, and this is where the picture quality changes a bit. And this is, of course, Market Square in the market there. So this is looking in 2013 on the market. This guy, I used to get loads of t-shirts off him. He's no longer there. He used to do like really cool t-shirts. This is the end building in Subway's no longer there. That's all being changed. This bit here, that's now coming to four guys. Two guys. This used to be the Victoria Cinema, which closed in 1988. Fruit and Veg. I think they're going now as well. They're Reynolds Sweets. They're go way back in Cambridge's history. They're well established. One of the longest Cambridge running. Well, I think it is the longest running Cambridge company. And here you see West Cornwall Pastry Co. And there's a little man hanging over the edge with his pastry. That's no longer there. And this is looking down. Because, well, there he is. Look, somebody's actually stole his pastry, but he used to have like a pasty in his hand, and it did get replaced with all kinds of different things. Some I can't mention. This is the Market Square. More of the Market Square. Some phone boxes. A bike. Some people looking at books on the market. Some bready rolls. Books. Coffee beans and loose teas. Loose leaf teas. Mondays, Saturdays, except Thursdays. I've actually, this stall here, there's all kinds of little things. And I've actually, if you look there, it's a shame that Alison Bruce isn't watching. My friend Alison Bruce and Jason Bruce, because there's a copy of her book there, Cambridge Blue. But I've actually got a couple of books. And actually I've got some leaflets off there. The Cambridge based, and it's like an army. Guitars brute and sold and repaired. There you go, www.petesmusic.co.uk. I don't know if he's still going, but if you want to buy a record, there you go. Some fruit and some vegetables. Man playing guitar. Whoa, wide shot of Cambridge. Looking at the market. That building looks a bit crooked though, but it gives you the idea. And there's the market again. More of the market. More of the market. Why did I take this photo? Yeah, well, yeah. That back then it was. This was the original Boots building here. That's where Boots before they moved around to Petty Curie. That's why I took that photo. That's the Guildhall. Looking at it there. Snowy Farr's sculpture. One of big debate, because basically Snowy was a fundraiser for Cambridge, guide dog for the blind, and campsite in Cambridge, and basically was everything that he had. Really, he died penniless, really, and all the money that he raised went to them, and this cost a ridiculous amount of money. And a lot of people would have thought Snowy would have been disgusted by it. Although it's in his honour, that he'd rather the money gone to the charities. I did start a campaign which made the press that the bottom here, around here, could hold a collection box. And if it was put deep into the middle, there'd be no way to steal it unless you smashed it to bits. And by that, there's all those cameras around there. Somebody would notice something was going on. But it was rejected. But then, looking in the archives, I actually found out that the original design did include a money box, and they decided not to do it. Market Hill, market, some pigeons. Councillor drop-in advice sessions held here. There you go, every Friday, 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. I'm not sure they still go on, but Cambridge Potato and Bagel Bar. 2 phone boxes. Have you noticed these phone boxes with the different? That's Elizabeth. That's George VI. Phone box. There's a lady looking at books and a man just walking past on his phone. So that's how they used to read stuff. That's how they read it now. Some more. That's the centre fountain. Old English coins, 20p each. Daily Express. Look at that old newspaper. There's a guy playing guitar. I can't remember what he was playing. That's the top of Great St. Mary's. That's the top of Great St. Mary's. That's like me being artistic. That's the back of the shop on King Street on Christ Pieces. This building here actually is where. Actually, I wrote an article just recently on my website. If you go to cambridgehistorian.co.uk and check it out, the Shop of Secrets. This is where a lady called Alice Maud Lorne was murdered, and it remained unsolved. So, but buildings down King Street, more King Street, old sign. It used to be all be nice if they did all that up and re-put it back to how it was. This is Histon. This is when I was back in my day when I was in Histon. Oh look, happy
That's
days.
the Fonz.
Yeah, that Ben Frank. No, he can't play. But that was in 2013, apparently. Christmas tree. This Christmas chime. This is Burley Street, Jesus Lane, and here Clowns is now gone. That's on King Street. This is King Street. This is King Street. That's King Street.
A bicycle.
And this is interesting. This is down Sydney Street, and a lot of questions people ask me is, what are these holes in the wall? Now, do you have an idea what the holes are in the wall?
Bullet holes.
Yeah. But how do you think they got there?
Civil War.
No. Shall I tell you, Second World War, a plane went down Sydney Street sideways and shot the wall. So it's World War II bits.
Incredible.
Yep, there it is a bit. So you see in the distance now where they come down.
Yep.
King Street. Now this is a different post box. This has got VR on it. Now that's Queen Victoria. That's in Maid's Causeway. Do you know what this HTP stands for?
1878, 1994 HTP. A prison?
No, I love it when I go for these walks. When I have done walks, I don't do them now. But people think it says high tide point.
Okay.
It's not. What it is, Holy Trinity Parish. Basically, it's the parish boundaries where the boundaries used to be.
Gotcha.
And there it is again. And there it is in the corner. And that's on the corner of Fair Street. Look how far back they went back then. About how they've changed. This is a blurry picture. That's the Midlands Bank on the building that's no longer there. Townsend's light blue cycles. She didn't want to buy it. She got a mobility school. Bells Court. This is the top of Castle Mount in Castle Street. Look, you can see King's College Chapel there in the distance.
Yep.
There it is again. That's from it as well, looking down to Castle Street. And there it is, looking down. I think that's it. That's all of them. That's your lot.
That's a lot for today.
Yeah, that's the lot.
Okay.
What am I doing? There you go. There I am. Whoa! I'll get rid of that. There you go. Yeah. That's gone. Yeah, that's the lot of them.
If I press that button, I'll be back. Right, I don't have an echo now. I think it was just when you were screen sharing.
Yeah, I think that's what does it when you.
Yeah. So I turned my microphone off. And I turned my expert VCam off, and now I think we are back to normal. And actually, catching up with comments. And we've got hello from Irene in the Philippines. That's Irene, who effectively is runs be.live.
Right.
And great show last night, Stephen and Fonz at the be.live. You're welcome, Irene. We enjoyed it. It was
fun.
Marco and Joe and David and Brigetti, and everybody was there for the party. Now, there is another party at 5 p.m. today in the UK, 12 p.m. Eastern. Myself and Brigetti will be leading the party today in a change of plan. and you're more than welcome to join us in be.live, talk about anything that you want, anything at all.
Can you talk about cheese?
Are we talking Lancashire, Yorkshire, let's talk about Wensleydale.
Oh, Wensleydale.
Wensleydale cheese has a special part in our life.
Yeah. Where you are, definitely.
Oh, indeed. There is a Wiltshire cheese. I'm pretty sure there is.
I think there is. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't beat a bit of Wensleydale.
No. Tell you what we've discovered is artisan bread. You go to the supermarket and you buy a loaf and it's £1, and you buy it because it's £1. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We've discovered a bakers that make the most glorious bread locally, fresh every morning, and there is nothing like it. Nothing.
Is it £1? Is it £1 though?
No, it's nowhere near £1.
Yeah, but sometimes it's worth, because basically, Becky of the cheese. I don't know whose phone is bleeping.
It's not. So hang on.
Is it yours?
I'm going to switch it off. I do apologise.
No, I keep thinking it's mine.
My microphone's actually picking up noises from everywhere. So
right,
I'm going to get a bit closer to the microphone.
Wasn't saying no. Sometimes it's better to you pay that little bit extra. But if you support local businesses, it keeps them going and keeps the big dogs like Tesco's from prowling at your door.
Well, that's very important. Helping local businesses when you can.
Because I like local. I mean, not everything you can buy because it would get too expensive, but you do it where you can. And like sometimes, like local butchers, go to the supermarket and get some bits from there. But sometimes you want a special treat. Somebody's come in or something, and you go there and you get bits from the butchers, and the same as bakers and all that.
I know Becky's got me talking.
Yeah, not me. It isn't, because they probably never ended up with food poisoning.
Baking your own bread, there is nothing like it. First of all, it is the greatest way to actually pummel something into submission by pounding the dough until it's ready to leave.
I tell you something. My cooking, I remember a long time ago. Yeah. My kids. This is when I saw the pictures of Histon. I used to live in Histon, and my kids, I cooked them a roast chicken, and I thought, God, I've got to do this really quickly. So I turned it up full and just cooked it on full. And I thought, oh, it looks done. Took it out, and it was raw in the middle still. Because that's where I learned the lesson. Actually, that's what they put settings on ovens for, because it's not to just wind you up. It's actually because it needs that time to cook properly.
Well, that's
and
if I
I was going to say it. And every time I was alone with the kids, and it was like me to have to look after them, I used to, the bloke in the fish and chip shop go, she's away, isn't she? Okay, what makes you think that? Because you've
it's cooking's good. Cooking is relaxing, and after a while, you get a routine sorted out. So,
my dad was a brilliant cook. It's like he was a mechanic. He could tell you a car inside out. He could take it to bits and put it back together with his eyes closed.
Wow.
Did it for years. You know what I mean? It was not modern cars. We know the old cars when they were proper.
Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, and he used to run his own business doing that. But me, I couldn't tell you anything about a car. I've got no idea. So not always do you inherit things from your parents. And I would never touch a car. You know what I mean? It's not me. But it shows you how sometimes you change through generations. A lot of people say you inherit things from your parents. Not always you don't. And my children don't like history. So they get fed up of me in Cambridge with them, because guess what was there? Shut up, Dad. Come on, let me tell you.
That's worth a videoing, Fonz, because that's real life. And I mean, you don't.
It'd be good for charity when it's like guided walk of Cambridge and taking my kids around and like them rolling their eyes in the back of their head.
but things do stay with your children, and you don't know at the time that it's going to happen. We used to go down to Cornwall for holidays, and one of our favourite things was to go out and drive around the country roads with Bob Marley at full blast. Yeah,
you can't beat a bit of Bob Marley.
That was the holiday. That was Bob Marley. Listen to Dave Lee Travis on the way down, and then during the holiday we'd go for drives around the countryside playing Bob Marley. In both my son's record collections now is at least one Bob Marley LP.
That's why. But I'll tell you, that's to do with my thing. Is my dad used to listen to Buddy Holly all the time.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, when he used to take me, that's a big memory I've got of him. When he used to drive to places, I can now go past his places and think, that's one. Remember that song, Buddy Holly's song? When he's, and I became a big fan of Buddy Holly because of him. And moved on to my kids. When my kids were little, when they were like tired, now my phone's dying. Well, when they were little, I used to at night time walk them up and down to music, and I used to walk them up and down to Sam Cooke because I like Sam Cooke and all those. My middle son Tom, he's sitting in the car. We're coming back like from visiting him because my grandson and that, and he's playing Sam Cooke. Oh, he's playing Sam Cooke. Because I'm playing. I don't know why. I think I know why. It sort of made an imprint in his brain.
It did. I mean, music is actually amazing in actually being able to help you recall certain events.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it brings back memories, some good, some bad.
Yeah,
but you're going to get that with everything. It's a lot of songs from the childhood, even songs that you don't like, you know what I mean? Or not that you don't like, or just not in your scene that come out and you hear it and it still reminds you of a time in the period when that was released. I know what I remember when I first heard that, I was doing this and all that.
That's true. I mean, I was there, Something in the Air was playing Thunderclap Newman. I know exactly where I was. And Becky said,
where was you?
Where was I? I was at the Butlins holiday camp on the east coast, near to Filey, Skegness. I know exactly where I was.
I thought you were going to say I was robbing a bank in Slough.
That was the first holiday I went alone without the family, with just
so
three of the lads from school. And we set off for Butlins. Our parents agreed to it because you're effectively at Butlins chaperoned. You can't get up to too much mischief.
Very different now to how it was back then with Butlins, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, true. It was like a true camp. You couldn't. There were rules, and you hadn't to break those rules, or more to the point, you hadn't to get caught breaking those rules.
Yeah.
And there used to be wardens going around the camp, actually checking. And occasionally knocking on doors if they heard noises.
Did they have the loudspeakers go? Hi.
Almost. Right, okay. Let's change the topic. On to Becky's comment. Bet the Cornish folk love you, Stephen. Apparently there's a tide racist in parts. The Cornish folk. They're friendly folk.
They make nice pasties.
They do make nice pasties, yes. Yeah. Not quite with that, Becky. Okay, right, if you're still watching us, we'll bring you up to date on what's happening on be.live. I can tell you one thing, hopefully, fingers crossed, and Kelly's got a comment. Is Kelly possibly watching both shows? We all collect family photos, but it is funny how most people can't name their parents, grandparents before then.
Remember who they are. Yeah. I'll tell you, I've seen photos of myself when I was young and doing silly things in photos, and I've gone to my mum and go, who's that idiot in that photo? That was you. God, did I really do that?
Indeed. I mean, I've got I recently discovered family photographs going back to the late 1890s. And I'm in the process of actually cataloguing them, and I don't know who the older people are. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, Kelly's saying about family tree history. Now, I've solved that for my family. In the future, I've made it really easy for my family to locate me because I'm the only Fonz. So the first person they're going to find in the future in their history. Who's this? Ah, see, I'm going to be the first one they find.
Be unique.
Yeah,
that's the way.
It's terrible if you're called John Smith, though, isn't it? Well, names like that. That is complete.
True. Have you ever tried one of these family history sites?
No, but I have helped people with researching their history of their family, and I think I've done my best to help them, but you need somebody who's an expert in just focuses in that, because it's like
it's frustrating is what you're trying to say.
Yeah. You find something. If I wanted to do that, it is a good thing to do. It is a good thing to do, because if you've got the time, but it takes a lot of time and a lot of, because you do dig something out, not just you dig them up, you dig something out about somebody, then you find out actually this person's connected to that person. Then you find out that, like, going back in years, actually that woman wasn't that person's mother. Actually, it was her sister who was the mother, and all that. And you think, wow, this is like EastEnders, but in the 19th century.
It's real.
But you got to have the time, and I think you got to solely focus on that.
Yeah. And to any younger people out there, this is from experience. If you are thinking of doing your family tree, start now.
Yeah. And have somebody called Fonz in your family or something similar, so they're easy to locate.
And also, on a practical note, ask your elder relatives to give you their version as well. And the other thing you can do now is that you can actually video them telling their story.
Yeah.
And then you've got it forever. So ask them.
That's right.
On your phone, video it, and it becomes part of your collection, and will be invaluable.
But something I did at college, doing media and all that. And one of the projects was to, not so much family history, detail. It was in the village where I lived, detail people's memories of the village and build an image of their village, not through photographs or information, but from these people's memories. So when the teacher sort of looked at it, they had to get an idea from these people's memories of how the village was, and then had to tell me what they picked up from it. And that was one of the things that I had to do, but that was a very long time. And I remember videoing them. This is in the 90s with a camcorder. That was like a brick, basically. It was two separate things that took a VHS tape and carried that around, a big battery pack.
Yeah, I remember those.
And you had to sign your life away that you're going to bring it back. But it was fun. And the editing, let me just say, the editing wasn't fun. I just stack it. I just left it. I know it's a bit cheating, but you just film it and cut it. Film it, cut it, film the bits, and make sure that you don't screw up. And if you did, you just rewound it and went back over it again. Yeah,
that was in the days of splicing.
Yeah, but I couldn't be. This is on videotape, so this wasn't. So it was how I did it. Was I sit down with somebody, film them, keep it going, finish it, stop the tape, and then film my bit next, and then film somebody else, then film my bit, and stick it all together. Back in the day when it wasn't so easy to do. But that was fun, because hearing people talk about how they grew up, and there were so many, funny thing was, there's so many inconsistencies where people's stories were different about the same thing. And I remember, I think this was well, my teacher saying to me was, well, obviously somebody's not telling the truth in one of these stories. And I said, no, I think they're both telling the truth. And this is me. I'm 16, 17 years old at the time. This is me saying, no, I think they're both telling the truth, but both perceived it completely differently.
That's true. And Becky's saying, funny how a family tree can open up your mind to past lives. And it's also sometimes a small world. But it's certainly a smaller world than the world we live in now. Things have changed radically. People. Right, I just had a wacky idea. Okay.
Yeah.
For part of the show. Okay. And that is to go back to your grandparents' time and find photographs from their era, from where they lived. I can do that. I'll do that for next week.
I can do that as well.
Brilliant. My grandparents both worked in Lancashire, and they worked in cotton mills. And what I'm looking to do, what I'm hoping to find, is a lot of pictures of cotton mills as they were then, because cotton used to come in from the USA to Liverpool, and then from Liverpool it went on the Leeds and Liverpool Canal, and from Liverpool it landed in an area called Briarfield in Nelson, and on the banks of the canal were mills which were water powered and steam driven, and fascinating world. And I'm going to try and bring that to life next week. So if you tune in next week, you'll be looking at cotton mills in Lancashire. And from yourself?
Oh, right, yeah. I was going to say, you're talking about old photos.
Yeah.
My mum dropped some photos off to me because she wants me to recolour them and some colour to them for her. And it's my mum and dad's wedding photos from 14th of March 1970. And this took place in Cambridge. So there's my mum in 1970.
Wow.
Yeah. There's my mum.
Just let me put you full screen for this. Okay. There we are.
That's just getting it right.
Good. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. My dad, my mum, my great aunt, and my older brother there. My uncle, my mum, and my dad.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely the 70s, after the 60s.
Yeah, that's my dad and my mum.
Wow.
That's them as well.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it's funny that she dropped them off when we're talking about old families and.
Yeah. Just. And your mum's told you what colour everything was.
Oh no, I've got software that she has told me what she knows, but I've got software that I'm testing out that actually distinguishes what the colour, about 90% of what actually it was.
Yeah.
By the shades and all that. And there's a whole group.
The family.
Yeah.
Right. How many of those do you know?
Right. Try and get this.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my brother. That's me. That's my mum, my dad.
Yeah.
That's my great aunt.
Yeah.
Behind her, up there's my uncle. My other nan's there. So, my nan is behind there.
Yeah.
That's my mum's. That's my aunt.
Right.
And that's her son.
Good.
The rest of them I don't know in the background. Got no idea who they are.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry.
No. I finished now. I thought you.
Right, okay. Yeah. What do you use to scan them?
I just scan them through because what it is, I'm going to scan them through my computer through a scanner, and then just put them through the software. Because to make it work properly, you got to have good quality images.
Right.
The better quality that they are, then the better it will help you recognise what the colours are. So you can then, it tells you what the colours, what it thinks it should be.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not right, sometimes it's incorrect, but it's amazing what can be done. I scanned one of them through and didn't ask my mum what colour her dress was. And I scanned it through and it came up as green. And I said to her, what colour was your dress? I go, it wasn't green, was it? And she goes, yeah.
Wow.
So it knew.
Yeah.
So it gives you an idea, and it tells you this is what you should be putting this colour as. So it's clever.
Indeed. Right. Okay. Well, we'd no agenda today. and we've seen all the wonderful photographs. And your tea must be cold by now.
Yeah, just about.
Well, no, mine's cold. My cup's cold. Never mind the tea. Shows we're heading towards winter.
Oh, we're definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. I mean, we've had floods around Wiltshire way this week.
Don't know if we have. I've been, to be honest, I've been so busy doing stuff that the last few days have been a bit of a blur to me. So not. Good. It's good to be like that, though. I think.
Oh yeah. True. Yeah.
And one thinking of it.
Yeah.
This Sunday, 6:30 p.m. on the Cambridge Story on Facebook is the series final of Jay's Shed.
Right. Okay. We were talking about Jay last night too.
Yeah, and it's going to be a good one. Apparently, I'm actually recording it after this show. So.
Oh right. Okay.
For him, so yeah. No. So I don't know what's going to be in it yet. So I know as much as you lot at the moment. Right. But he's promised good things for, and it's also I've talked him into doing a Christmas special about Christmassy kind of like. So he's gonna have a Christmassy special as well. But he's loving it.
His personal, well, his personality and his passion for street lighting comes across.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, it's just
definitely.
He knows it's
the way he's very keeps it all up there, sort of thing, and because he hasn't got nothing. He hasn't got nothing written down in front of him. He's just saying it straight off from his own memory.
I wish my memory was like that.
It's weird because people. It's the same. I don't know if it's the same as me. It's like I can't remember if you tell me to go to the shop to buy something. I forget half the stuff, but I can remember dates of buildings when they were opened, when they were knocked down, and all that in Cambridge.
But as you said, history is your thing.
Yeah.
And that. Yeah.
Well, I think what it is it's a mental graft in your head. What it is, you start with one shop and then you detail all that stuff in your head, in your memory, and you sort of like buried it. It's stuck there, and then you move on and.
Yeah. Well, if you keep building on a certain area, then you keep retaining access to it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I've always been good at retaining information. The funny thing is, years ago, because big fan of Doctor Who. Imagine before it came back. This is when I was at school. And this is in the early 90s. I could name every episode because it finished in 89 from the beginning to the end. And the date they were broadcast, just straight off. I can't do that now, but it shows you how. It shows you how you can retain information. But that's because I was passionate. That was my thing as well then, and I think if you've got an interest in it, you do retain that information.
Yeah. Have you ever been able to? I don't know what it's called. I'll try and describe it to you in terms of memory. To actually link an object to a memory? Yeah. Think of an object and you're actually accessing that memory. Yeah.
You got something and you remember where you got it, where it was from, how much it cost you, what the person looked like when they sold you it.
Yeah.
Even to the point what the shop smelled like. And I've done that with even what the weather's like outside.
Right. Okay, I can't quite go that far, but my memory is okay at the moment. Long may it continue. And I'm learning two more languages, so that's good.
That's good. Oh.
Yeah.
2 more than me.
Well, I mean German because we actually visit Germany, and it's good to be able to.
It's always handy, isn't it? Because it's quite sad because when British people visit foreign countries, they don't know the language, but foreign people come to Britain and know English, so it's quite
frustrating for them, I would think. I mean, they're taught English in schools, which is good.
Well, we taught German, Spanish, and all that in schools.
Yes.
So it's the same sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's good to be taught a language in school. I mean, I was taught Latin. Did you do Latin?
Not at school, I didn't. I learned some after it, but at school it was just German and French. That's all.
All right.
That's all we did.
Yeah, and then more recently, Spanish has come in.
Yeah.
And
yeah. What's the other one that my daughter's doing?
Japanese?
No, it's like Japanese.
Mandarin?
That's the one, yeah. That's the one, yeah. Mandarin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've just noticed Becky's comment, has either of you regressed to a past life? Which one? Haha. Which one?
I'm not going to tell. Well, regress to a past life. That's interesting. Only in terms of, I'm not going to be specific, but you can go somewhere. I just go with this for a moment. You can actually visit somewhere and something tells you, even though you know it's the first time you've been there, something inside you says you've been here before.
Yeah.
I can go with that.
I think we've all suffered. I think we've all been through that situation. That's like premonitions as well. Now, you remember I did that show that I've had visions of things before they've happened and then they've happened. Now, why that's happening, I don't know, but it has happened because I've said to the people, like, got to have this, and then it's happened. So people feel, well, you don't know, you don't know what causes it. You don't know what causes it. The thing is, as well, one story that intrigued me to do with it. Now, I'm not giving it as the reason because it's probably not the reason, but it's one that you're able to send future messages. You know, like when something traumatic happens in your life to the past to prepare you for it.
Right.
Now, I don't know, but that's a new one. That's a new one I've heard.
I will concede that we do not, by any stretch of the imagination, know anything. And right, back to Becky. Quickly, is language not a choice in the curriculum? It used to be back in the day, Becky. I could do French or German. Then all the schools throughout the UK were told to quietly drop German, and they brought in Spanish. And as Fonz just alluded to, they brought in Mandarin as well to future-proof the country. You do get a choice of languages, but you're given languages or something else. And if the or something else is more interesting, you'll go for that.
I wish I had Mandarin. Do you know why? Because I walk in the classroom and go, "Hey, Mr. Mandarin Man, teach it to me."
Right. And Becky's heard all this before.
Yeah.
Deja vu. And as Del Boy said, yes. Yes.
I thought he said this time next year we'll be millionaires.
There's always that outside chance that will happen. Don't knock it. Don't do anything to put a hex on it. That's just, I mean, all sorts of crazy things.
It was right, but it was only about 40 years out. So,
right. Oh, dear. Right, so next week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you back to cotton towns in Lancashire and to where my grandparents worked, and we'll look at the weaving shed. We're very lucky. Most of the weaving sheds are now office accommodation because they fell into disrepair and then rebuilt and refurbished as office accommodation. But there is still a working cotton mill in Halsike in Burnley in Lancashire, which has, I'm going to say, EU funding to stay open, and it is a working cotton mill. It's got the spinner, it's got everything that you'd find in a cotton mill, and you can actually buy the finished product, especially shirts.
Do you know some of the history of how, like, the Victorian Industrial Revolution, how is it known how bad it was and stuff?
In terms, I mean, we do. I mean, I know from my history that children as young as 6 and 7 were actually working. It was a dark time.
Appalling, yeah. Lose fingers, lose everything. It was horrible.
Yeah.
But never say never. Becky said, but that's a James Bond film with Sean Connery.
Right, okay. Sorry, I've gone back in the comments, but I just wanted to share that one again.
That's deja vu. That's deja vu.
We've already seen that one. Okay, back again. My earpiece has fallen out.
Becky's just said terrible times. That's a newspaper that really puts rubbish articles in terrible times.
All right. Okay. Brilliant. Never say never. We'll leave that.
I tell you what I like to do with history. I don't know if you've seen that Horrible Histories kids.
Oh TV. Yeah, I've caught parts of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that is brilliant. That is brilliant because the way it teaches children in a comical way, and it sort of embeds it in the head. Even me, I was watching one of them about Henry VIII, about his 6 wives, and they did a song about divorce, beheaded, survived, and and it's a good way of teaching kids. I'm quite into that sort of thing. It's a good way of teaching history. It's well done.
Indeed, to make it interesting and so you actually do remember it.
Yeah.
All good. Right, my next shout is today at 5 o'clock in the be.live group with Brigetti, and I look forward to seeing everybody there if possible. It's all happening this week, today and tomorrow. That's all we can say. My lips are sealed. I know what's going to be happening, but I'm sure I don't know everything that's going to happen to be.live TV, and it's going to be fascinating to find out what the new features are.
As long as it's all good news, that's the main thing, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It is because you and I are looking forward to do something new, but we'll leave it there.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
Right. Okay. Would you like to close the show, sir?
Yeah. Bye.
Bye from me too.
Bye.
I didn't mean a few more words than that.
Right. Thank you for tuning in. And this week's recommendation was sent to us by Becky Mary, and that is "Never Say Never Again" by Sean Connery, James Bond. Check that out.
From Wiltshire in England. Till next time. Bye. And that's a wrap.